Hi guys, still March 13, 2014. I'm over here at Global Research. Fabulous website if you want to know what's happening in the world. And here at the left-hand column they have the latest news for the day. And lately, I have no idea which one to start with. Guitar's isolation, a geopolitical trick. Chernobyl and Fukushima radiation reduces animal and plant numbers, diversity, lifespan, fertility, brain size. Increases deformities and abnormalities. Well, that I might have to just go back and check out. Shrouded in mystery, conflicting accounts of vanished Malaysia airline flight 370. Well, that I don't even know what to say about that, and I'm just going to let other channels just dig into what the hell is going on with that missing airline flight 370. Life is becoming more and more surreal. And there's only so much that one brain can handle. Obama issues new threats against Russia, military action contemplated. Well, as you can see, that's the one I chose first, but global banking and the too big to jail doctrine. Well, I'll have to check that one out too. Ukraine and NATO's eastern expansion, the containment of post-Soviet Russia. The neoliberal, neo-Nazi coup in Ukraine. The world is at a dangerous crossroads. I'll have to check that one out too. Russia, Ukraine, geopolitics, big oil's drive to war. The neo-Nazi question in Ukraine. Washington is bolstering shadowy forces, as if we didn't know. How about Obama's regime's hypocrisy sets new world record? Well, that we all know too. How about the 9/11 attacks, keeping the lid on the lie? Media response to the growing influence of the 9/11 truth movement. I will say that 90% of the articles on Global Research are actually articles written by experts in their field and scholars, academics, people that I guess mainstream media and the American public seem to easily deride if they actually espouse views that are different from their own. I don't get it. Let's see, what else? Oh, civil war looms in Ukraine. Okay, well, that we pretty much knew. Regime calls for military mobilization, International Monetary Fund austerity measures. Of course. Senate intelligence head accuses CIA of undermining U.S. constitutional framework. Who is that? Dianne Feinstein. All right. Financial explosion. Global debt crosses the 100 trillion mark. We're in a very precarious, dangerous time. Okay, so let's just check out what's going on here. Oh, did you know that Obama met with this new Western leader in Ukraine yesterday? Yes, and he has issued new threats. Following a White House meeting with interim Ukrainian Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk, designed to underscore U.S. support for the newly installed government and ratchet up pressure on Russia, President Barack Obama issued new threats against Moscow. Obama declared that Washington and the international community would completely reject the referendum, God, to be held Sunday in Crimea. Oh, God, we are so utterly, unbelievably, arrogantly hypocritical. Yes, Obama declared that Washington and the international community would completely reject. Who's the international community, first of all? So many countries have come out against what we're doing, and they support Russia. China and Iran, for two. They would completely reject the referendum to be held Sunday in Crimea on secession from Ukraine and affiliation with the Russian Federation. He reiterated the U.S. demand that Russia withdraw its forces from Crimea and recognize the new right-wing anti-Russian regime in Kiev, which was installed last month in a U.S. and European Union-backed coup led by armed fascist militias. As if Putin is actually going to listen to this guy, Obama? No. The U.S. would impose new sanctions if Russia refused to comply with these demands, Obama said, claiming that the international community will be forced to apply a cost to what he called Russian violations of international law. And of course, the majority of the Americans are not going to do any research to find out, well, what's this international community? It's kind of like the coalition that went into Iraq. Oh my God. And what he called violations of international law. We violate international law 24/7, every single day. We've been violating international law since international law was actually codified, and since the days that it became international law. We violate it all the time. Okay. In keeping with the lies and hypocrisy that pervade the official pronouncements of U.S. and European officials on the Ukraine crisis, Obama hailed the actions of Maidan Square militias that played the leading role in toppling the elected pro-Russian government of Viktor Yanukovych, calling them ordinary people fighting for change and democracy. Ordinary people fighting for change and democracy. Do you know that we have Blackwater snipers in there that started this whole thing? Okay, there's more articles on global research about that, so please, I'll try to find that article and link it below, but do your research. The same day that Obama made these statements, one of the Maidan freedom fighters incorporated into the new government, Andrei Perobi, the new security chief, announced that the parliament would vote Thursday to establish a 20,000-strong National Guard recruited from activists in the anti-Russian protests and from military academies to prevent terrorist activities. Perobi, one of the leaders of the fascist-dominated forces that spearheaded the coup, is described by Wikipedia as having founded the neo-Nazi Socialist National Party of Ukraine in 1991. This is just so utterly sickening. You can read the whole article. I will link to it below. It gives a whole lot of information about what is going on and what we are doing over there to inflame tensions with Russia. You do know that we're supporting Nazis in Ukraine, kind of like supporting Al-Qaeda in Libya, and, well, you know, Iraq had no Al-Qaeda forces in that country until we invaded it. That's right. We actually support terrorist groups all over the world. Oh, and actually, the United States government is a terrorist organization. Anyway, guys, have a great day. I'll link below to the articles, also the article about Blackwater in the Ukraine, and there's evidence that they were the snipers that caused this whole big deal in Ukraine now. Alrighty. Boy, life is really becoming something that I never ever imagined it would become. Thanks for watching.